Welcome, everybody. I'll call our regular public council meeting for Monday, December 14th, 2020 to order. Residents, I guess, are advised that due to COVID-19, we are still not having people live in chambers right now, but our meetings are being streamed. If you have any questions for our two Q&A sessions, your questions can be emailed to apico@torbay.ca, and we'll do our best to be able to answer them during the live meeting. Otherwise, we may have to get back to you afterwards. Agenda. We don't have any special motions tonight, so new business. I'll go first to Deputy Mayor.
Thank you and a Merry Christmas.
All right. Thanks. Councillor Glenn.
Merry Christmas and thank you.
Push your microphone down. I don't think it's working. No, right at the base.
Oh,
There you go.
can you hear me now?
Yeah. Councillor Pollard.
Same, Your Worship, please.
Okay. Councillor Goss.
Merry Christmas and thank you.
Councillor Martin.
Same.
And same for me. Where's my page here? And do we have any questions for the first Q&A besides the one I have here? Any new ones? And? Do we have any new questions besides this one I have?
Can I just pause the meeting? I think there's an issue
With the feed?
live stream. Can I just pause?
Sure. Yeah.
Call short recess.
Well, we'll just take a short recess for a minute. Okay. Well, we want to make sure the video is working correctly. Okay. I'll resume our meeting, call back to order. Technical difficulties. Sometimes it just can't be avoided. Can I get a motion to adopt the agenda as amended, please?
So moved.
Second.
Mover and the seconder, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Deputy Mayor?
Aye.
Thank you. Opposed?
Yep.
Carried. All right, we don't have any proclamations tonight. Oh, hang on now. Adoption of public council meeting minutes dated November 30th. Can I get a motion to adopt those, please?
So moved.
Second.
Mover and seconder, any errors or omissions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. We do have a presentation, and I'll just give a quick brief update. So this year, two members of our council are receiving long service awards from the Department of Climate Change Municipalities, Environment, Climate Change Municipalities, and one of those is here tonight. So it's Councillor Thorngoss, and we're going to just quickly do that presentation. Myself and her are going to get up here, and we'll do that. And it's a, I'll read it out. What's on it? Let me get up there.
Okay.
Once we get here in the middle there.
Oh, okay.
And so we'll get Tina or something, get up and get a picture. So it says, Environment, Climate Change Municipalities would like to officially recognize Mary Thorngoss for 16 years of dedicated municipal leadership to the town of Torbay as a councillor and deputy mayor. Signed November 7, 2020 by Minister of Environment, Climate Change and Municipalities, Honorable Minister Derek Bennett. And I'll present this to you. Okay, we have the flowers too.
Thank you.
Yes, if only.
And I guess before we move on, Mary, I'd just say congratulations to you. It's been almost 8 years now since I've been here with you on council, and you know, there's every now and then it's a dull moment, but not very often. And I congratulate you for that. And you know, we've all through these years on council, everybody has their ups and downs and ins and outs, I suppose. But you know, it's been a pleasure to work with you.
Thank you.
And you know, I'm looking forward to another 4 years. You know, going down. Does anybody else have any comment?
Congratulations, Mary.
Vice Mayor?
Yeah, just second.
I was going to say
She
something.
left. Say it,
I
Tony.
can't say, no. I was going to say, it feels like 16, feels like 8.
Deputy Mayor.
Thank you. I would just like to echo your comments and congratulate Councilor Thorngoff. And, you know, that's an awful lot of volunteerism and dedication to her community and region. And I just want to say thank you as well.
Okay, and I would be remiss to mention that the other one who received her long service award is Councillor Roach, who's not with us tonight, but she's been recognized for 20 years of service. That's an awful lot of time to put in and service to your town or any town. So I'll congratulate her. We will present her with her certificate at a later date. So with that, congratulations, Mary.
Congratulations to yourself and Councilor Roach.
Go ahead.
Mary, I just want,
Look at this now.
but seriously, Mary, I know that, congratulations, first of all. And again, I've served with you for, I guess, this is probably year 12, and I guess we were here for 8, whatever. And I guess kind of building on what the mayor said, yes, you know, there's ups and downs, and me and you have had a couple of epic battles over the years, and you won a couple, and I've won a couple. But the coolest thing I thought about, you know, sometimes we have different opinion on different issues, you know, is that it never got personal between us, right? And you know, we kind of have it out here, and there was never any behind the scenes mudslinging or threats or you know, there's none of that kind of typical, you know, the Roman Colosseum type of stuff, right? We left all everything in here, and so anyways, it's actually been really great work with you, and I think you did a really good job over the years. So I just want to say sincerely thank you. It's all good.
All right. Okay, well said. All right, moving on. And I do have a question that was submitted earlier today, and I'll read it out. It's from Steve Gullidge, and he says specifically he'd like to know what the long-term plan is for addressing his sedimentation E. coli issue. I think everyone is probably up to speed on the issue, so I don't think I need to reiterate the problem here. Let me know if you need any more information from me, though. So he thanks Ann for that. Steve, normally when we get questions, we try our best to give a complete answer, as complete as we can. For this one, what I can say is that this is still an open file that our staff are dealing with and our committee is dealing with. And, you know, we are committed to find a resolution to this, and there will be something coming forward in the planning report to address exactly what your question is. So I will defer to them to bring forward that information, and we'll move on from there. And if you have any additional questions, you can feel free to reach out to us at a later time, tomorrow, or whatever suits you. So there was no other questions came in, was there, Ann? No, thank you. Mayor's report. So last week we had our tree lighting ceremony at Torbay Common. I just want to say thank you to everybody who participated or helped out. A number of members of council were present. Father Paul was available to give a blessing. MP Harris was there to bring greetings. And thank you to Tyler Humber, who provided us with a fair amount of entertainment. I don't know how long he played, it 45 minutes or an hour, but it was a pretty cool night, and I think he did a great job, and I thank him for doing that. And I also want to thank our staff for setting that up and broadcasting it live on Facebook. It's another one of those events that we have where we can't have big crowds of people, and we're doing the best we can in light of COVID-19. I guess some really good news on the horizon, the fact that today the first vaccinations in Canada were done in Toronto. So we're really looking forward to the day when it is rolled out across the country and we can get back to some sense of normalcy, other than what we're doing right now. I had an M&L board meeting on this past weekend on Saturday. Also on Saturday, and I would like to mention Mr. Joe Tilley and our Torbay Volunteer Fire Department. On Saturday, normally this time of year, we have a special needs Christmas party, and it is by far one of my favorite events to go to every year. And they do an awesome job to put that off, and the people that show up, they come there and they have a great time seeing Sparky and Santa Claus, and there's a lot of local support goes into that. And I just want to say, thank you to the Torbay Volunteer Fire Department and to Mr. Tilley and our town too that contributed to that, and usually I think the town of Flat Rock does as well. This year we couldn't have the traditional party like we usually do, again because of COVID, but they did adapt. I thank them for adapting, and they delivered gift bags and loot bags to every one of the participants that they normally have come to that party. So the fire department went around on Saturday in fire truck and delivered those gifts, and I know that the people that delivered them to, they really appreciated that, and I appreciate that they did that, and I know the town and our council appreciates that as well. It's an event that we're proud to support as a town. I know that we contributed something for the loot bag, so that's to me, in a world of not so good stories, it's certainly a good story that we can look forward to. I think that anybody who observed what they were doing on Saturday could really appreciate the goodness that puts in our community. So I say thank you for that. I attended a bunch of committee meetings last week, out of the ordinary for me, but it was
Thank
all
you.
right. It was all right. It was nice to be able to get together with staff and other members of council and have some input into the committees for a change that I don't normally get to do, but that was all right. I don't mind filling in when I got to. Last thing, this evening, I had Cassidy Duty in here to present her. She was one of the winners of our Christmas card contest. So she won, how many cards, Tina? 50, 25? 25. So we reproduced 25 of her cards for her that she's going to be able to give out to her friends and family, and also a cash gift. I'm not sure how much it was in an envelope, $50. Nice. Good for her. And her and her parents were in earlier, and we took some pictures and had a little chat, and I congratulated her, and she seemed to be pretty excited about winning. Tomorrow evening, prior to going up the lights at North Pan Home, I'm going to run over to Torbay Common, and we got Lila Newhook. She is the other winner, and we'll present her with her cards and take a picture and pass along some congratulations to her tomorrow evening. So we'll be in a big rush. We're going to get that done and get over to the North Pan Home. For those that don't know, they're going to be doing a big Christmas lighting. They have a name on it, lighting up. Oh man, I forget now. But anyway, it's going to be a good time, and there's something that they're doing for the residents over there. And we can't forget about the residents that we have in our town that are living at North Pan Manor, and they've been pretty locked up, I guess, since March, and the rules around long-term care homes are pretty strict, and with regards to people coming in to visit, and I'm sure they're really going to appreciate the people that show up tomorrow night to go and look at those lights getting lit up. So I'm really looking forward to that. And that's it for my mayor's report. Any questions, comments?
I just want to say thanks for filling in for me last week.
Oh, you're welcome, buddy, anytime.
Appreciate it.
Deputy Mayor?
I'm good, thanks, Mayor.
All right. Okay. Let's see, moving on. Business arising, any business arising from the minutes? Nope. All right, correspondence. We got 3 correspondence here. One from Climate Change and Resilient Infrastructure. It's a newsletter for everyone's perusal. Talks about different types of projects that are going on. I guess we'll forward that on to planning. And, well, it's infrastructure too, I guess, public works. We have another one for Department of Transportation and Infrastructure, circular website relocation. So that's just some information for the town that we'll keep. And we have a memo here from Municipal Assessment Agency, an update from December the 8th. And we'll just forward that on to finance and they can have a look at that. Any questions on any of those? No? Okay, good. All right. Committee of the whole minutes. We have some committee of the whole report from December the 7th. There was, we talked about some public works, things around History House, a couple of change orders. We have motions in there that we passed. And there's nothing outstanding in there. So we could get a motion to adopt those, please?
So moved.
Second.
Mover and seconder. Any comments or questions?
If I could, Mayor?
Go ahead.
I just want to mention that we discussed that it was a time-sensitive set of motions to try to get work done before the weather changed, and that's the reason that we did the work through the committee of the whole. I think that it's important to just to make sure that the public understands that.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? No? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Thank you. Carried. All right. Committees of Council. Planning, Land Use Development. Councilor Thorngas.
Okay, we had our meeting on December 11th, and Councillor Martin couldn't make it, so we had Mayor Scott attend in his place, and the Director Swartz. Torbay Environment Advisory Committee appointment of 2 new members for a 2-year period. I guess on September 8th, the town adopted and updated terms of reference for the Torbay Environment Advisory Committee, which is responsible for providing recommendations, guidance, and advice on issues relating to environment matters to the Planning, Land Use and Development Committee. In accordance with the terms of reference, TEAC membership is for 2 years and can be extended to a maximum of 4 years. An appointment of member occurs at the end of year 1 and year 3 to each council term. The recommendation is the committee recommends appointing existing members Robbie Hicks and Denise Hodder, as well as new members Michael Carroll and John Linefield to the Torbay Environment Advisory Committee for the 2020 to 2022 2-year term. Therefore, the committee tables the following motion. Motion to appoint the following Torbay residents to the Torbay Environment Advisory Committee for the next 2-year term, December 20 to December 22nd. Existing member Robbie Hicks, existing member Denise Hodder, new member Michael Carroll, new member John Linefield. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments?
I just make a quick one.
Go ahead.
It's been a pleasure working with that advisory committee so far this term of council, and congratulations on the new members. I look forward to working with them as well.
Anyone else? I think I would just like to say,
Extend-
or go ahead, Deputy Mayor.
I just want to extend a thank you to the past members and the current members who are serving on the committee. It's an important function, and their time is greatly appreciated. That's all. I just want to say thank you.
All right, thank you. That was basically what I was going to say, so I won't repeat it. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you.
Okay, next we have our permit listings. Permit listings for the period of November 27th to December 10, 2020, form part of the motion report. The committee hereby tables the following motion. Motion to accept permit listings for the period of November 27 to December 10th, 2020 as presented. So moved.
Second.
Mover, seconder. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Carried.
Okay, and one here, I have another one that came in, I guess, earlier.
Just a second before you move on.
Okay.
Deputy Mayor, were you sent a copy of this extra edition from the Planning Committee?
No, Your Worship. I am aware that there is an additional issue coming, but I don't have the paperwork in front of me.
Okay, could I ask Julia to forward that to Deputy Mayor, please? She's going to email it to you so you can have a look at it, all right? And
Thank you.
And this will get added to and update our agenda afterwards? All right, thank you. And with that, oh, sorry, carry on.
Okay.
Councilor Goss.
All right, it's property address 14 and 18 Gallows Cove Road. Application number C2000-25/DM2020-004/52019-126. The matter is a stop work notice, Torbay Development Regulations 2015 to 2025, Urban and Rural Planning Act 2000. I'm just going to touch briefly on the background. It's all outlined in here, but in November, an application in principle was issued to subdivision lot at 1418 Gallows Cove Road, as well as an approval in principle to develop the property at 18 Gallows Cove Road.
This
And
November,
it's November
2019.
2019, okay. But what I'm just going to leave the rest of this because it's a chronological report on the different issues that have taken place, and I'm going to jump right into the recommendation. The Planning, Land Use and Development Committee discussed this matter at its meeting of December 8, 2020, and directed that a stop work order be issued if the matter had not been addressed to the town's satisfaction by the noted deadline. The deadline has since passed, and the development at 14 Gallows Cove Road is in contravention of conditions 8, 8.1, and 20 of the approval in principle issued, as well as special conditions of the building permit issued at 14 Gallows Cove Road. Work proceeded without permit at 18 Gallows Cove Road. The development is in contravention of condition 17, subsection A of the RI Land Use Zone Table pertaining to storm runoff. To date, no resolution as proposed by an engineer, hydrologist, professional licensed to advise on such matters has been submitted for review and approval. This matter remains unresolved. Therefore, the development is contrary to the Torbay Development Regulations 2015-2025 and the conditions of approval and permits issued thus far. Hence, the recommendation is that a stop work order be issued. Therefore, the committee tables the following motion. As matters relating to development work and storm runoff from development 14 and 18 Gallows Cove Road, resulting in potential surface well contamination at 22 Gallows Cove Road, have not been resolved to the town's satisfaction, the recommendation is that a stop work order is issued in accordance with the Torbay Development Regulations 2015-2025 and the Urban and Rural Planning Act 2000. So moved.
Second.
Mover, seconder. Do you have anything to add?
So this has been ongoing now, as I said, for several months, and I guess there was a deadline given for earlier the last week, and so far some of the required information that the town had requested has not been provided. So as a result, the stop work order has been implemented.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions or comments?
No,
Mayor, if I could,
Sure, go ahead.
I just want to thank the Planning Committee and Director Schwartz. I know that there's been a lot of work that has gone into this, and yourself as well, this past week. And there was a quick turnaround today, again, to get this ready to have it ready for this evening. And so I just want to thank all of you for your work to work towards getting this issue resolved as soon as possible, because this is an important one. I feel very strongly that we need to do what we can do to get this resolved. So that's it for me.
All right, thank you. I guess there's a lot of details around this that will be posted to our online portal afterwards. This was something that came forward after the agenda was published, so it'll be available for the public to view probably tomorrow. And with that, I know that our original question at the start of the council meeting was in relation to this from the resident at 22 Gallows Cove Road. And this is why I said that the answer to his question would come further in the planning report. And I think that we kind of don't have any other option. This is the direction we have to go. I know that, nobody likes to stop things from happening, but this is very important, and it's a safety issue and a health issue for the resident living there. So thank you to staff and committee for the work that you've done on this. Back to you, Councilor Gas.
Okay, that's it for the motions.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. Thank you.
I'd just like to touch base, I guess, the fact that our meeting, we also had a joint meeting with the Community Services to discuss potential amendment to Kenny's Brook Phase 1 subdivision regarding open space. And we're looking at going there and visiting the site sometime this week. We were originally planned for tomorrow, but I'm not sure if the weather is going to cooperate. I don't think that there's anything else as straightforward if anybody has got any questions with regards to the minutes, but they're, I've got here South Pond Development Proposal. The committee reviewed a draft development proposal for South Pond area, including commentary received by the Department of Transportation and Works, Department of Water Resources, and feedback from the area property owners on their respective plans for the area. The committee noted that exceeding road length, as well as requested that staff contact the Department of Transportation re highway access in general, and for staff to have subsequent conversation with the developer re the matter of North Pond water supply exceeding road length and access concerns. Anybody got any other questions or anything in there? That's the only one that I thought worthy of bringing forward, because there's been questions on it in the past.
No, I don't have anything. Not hearing anything. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Administrative and Finance, Councilor Pollard.
Thank you, Your Worship. The Admin and Finance or HR Committee, excuse me, I get them crossed up. Different life, different things. We met Tuesday past at 8 o'clock in the morning. Attached to the report, as per usual, and we don't read it out anymore, but you'll see the income reports for all of this year up to November 9th. As well, you'll see some notes on active infrastructure projects, all year-to-date invoices posted by month, and as well the payroll register information on a monthly basis or a bi-weekly basis by the looks of it. And that's right up to the last one that was done the 1st of December. I'm going now to motions, and the motions deal with our invoicing that are over $5,000 and two other smaller motions after that. So the first one is essentially the recurring motions. Receiver General for October 16th to the 30th, payroll deductions in the amount of $23,616.77. And November 1st to the 15th, payroll deductions in the amount of $21,101.03. Trio benefits for November, group benefits in the amount of $12,824.57. CIBC Mellon for October 2020, pension in the amount of $29,828.76. Newfoundland Power for October, group billing in the amount of $19,930.61. October 20th, Newfoundland Power for the street lighting, $12,467.12. There's two commissionaire invoices here. One that covers October 4th to the 17th in the amount of $5,152, and October 18th to the 31st for $5,152, and T2 Ventures for October garbage and recycling in the amount of $42,771.95, all totaling $172,844.81. So moved.
Second.
Mover, seconder, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Carried.
Okay, the next ones are essentially for the larger items that aren't the recurring ones, although the names certainly recur, mainly because they're project-based. First one is the Fundamental Inc. for History House Restoration Project Management, the amount of $25,035.50. Grand Concourse Authority, the final beautification building for the year, in the amount of $20,000. Grand Concourse Authority for the Motion Drive Playground Upgrade in the amount of $18,473.50. An invoice here to Lynn Morrissey for HR Consulting in the amount of $9,200. Mercer's Paving for the gas tax project that was approved earlier in the amount of $27,980.83. Mercer's Paving for Ryan's Road and Torquay Place, the asphalt repairs in the amount of $14,605. Another one, the Mercer's for the Bullockstown Road patching in the amount of $17,158. Progressive Engineering and Consulting, gas tax project resulting from the Shays Lane area, in the amount of $36,541.25. Stuart McKelvey, in relation to the arrears support advice that is ongoing, in the amount of $10,638.65. Tormont Cat, annual maintenance for Unit 0507, in the amount of $5,266.31. Two invoices here for Tract Consulting for the Economic Roadmap. One is for $9,594.31, and the other one is for $8,017.06. Weir's Construction for Winter Sand in the amount of $36,685. Wood Environment and Infrastructure Solutions in the amount of $9,855.78. Wood as well for the Torbay Great Pond Study in the amount of $7,951.35. And Martin's Fire and Safety for bunker suits in the amount of $9,177, all totaling $266,179.54. So moved.
Second.
Moved, second, questions, comments? Councilor Goss?
I'd like to know, I guess, a further breakdown of Stuart McKelvey arrears support. What does that actually include?
I can get that for you,
That's a
Councillor.
lot of money.
Yeah, there's a few of those that relate to the ongoing larger amounts that we are trying to come up with some agreement on for mainly the seniors home. I would think that would be the majority of that invoice, but we can get copies of that
I
in
think that it
circulation.
needs to be further broke down instead of just arrears support, because that could mean anything. And also for Track Consulting Economic Roadmap, how come we have two invoices there for Track Consulting?
Just progress payments on the one. We also have one in one of the prior meetings as well, right? There's a certain dollar value associated with Track Consulting, the economic roadmap. Right off the top of my head, I don't have, but these are progress payments 3 and 4 by the looks of the invoices.
So what was the total that we have for Track Consulting for that work that they're doing? And that's,
The total amount is $40,000 for the economic roadmap.
okay, so that's just adding up to the.
Progress payments on that
progress
contract,
payments.
yeah.
Okay, thank you, Jack.
Okay, great,
Yep.
great. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
There are two motions here for donations. One is that the town approve a $100 donation to Bells with Balls. So moved.
Second.
Word seconder, comments?
I just want to ask, is that the normal? Because that was something, I guess, that they were even looking at in that donation. They were looking for scholarship money towards a scholarship, I think, as well. So how did it arrive at $100? Because that was in memory, I guess, of one of our first-time councillors, and Mr. Ron Ryan, and who was responsible originally for having the fire department, because I think originally that the truck used to be parked over there on their property. And I'm just wondering how it was determined to come at a $100 donation with the request that we had received.
That was fairly well what the majority of donations fall in that dollar amount. There were some higher dollar amounts for, well, obviously the library is one, this is a separate one. I can't remember now.
But the fact that
Councillor
they were looking
Thorngas,
at for a
but-
scholarship, that's, in my own, I guess, experience and what it's been is that that's probably their first deputy mayor, and it goes back to when the town was incorporated. That just seems to be a little, very small amount in significant of the request that we received. I'll say it, I think, is an embarrassment to say it's $100 to somebody who was responsible for for the first council that we had in the town, and considering that what the family has put forward over the years with volunteering, and so that's just my opinion, and I feel very strongly about it.
Duly noted, and we can certainly take it back to the table. Two things. Number one, if it was forwarded to us, I would have appreciated a recommendation as to what you thought was the amount in the first place. And this has been out prior to this point in time, so rather than address it now, we could have just as easily taken it off and asked for more.
Huh?
All right, so we're going to vote on that now?
Or we can take it back, we can add it to it, we can donate $100 and increase it as necessary.
Yeah,
Okay, can I move that we,
sure.
oh, geez, my mind's drawing a blank. Defer this motion for discussion, we'll come back in the new year and try to get a better amount.
I'll second that motion.
All right,
Okay.
all in favor?
Can I ask a question before we do that?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Is this time sensitive for the donation? Should we maybe ask Councillor Thorngas if there's an amount she would recommend to see if we could pass it this evening?
I don't know, it's that came through, I guess, that's probably a couple of months ago, since that one originally came into the town, so it's after taking a long while to make its way actually to the agenda for finance. I've inquired a couple of times about it, and it seemed to be in limbo there for a while. I'm not sure if it's time sensitive or if it had to do with the graduating class for this year. I'm not really sure of the details. It's just a request that I saw come through. And I don't really know what the amount would be appropriate, but I know that it's should be more than $100.
Okay, so we'll take it back, and committee can go look at it, and we'll figure it out. Maybe we can reach out to the person that requested it and see what they kind of had in mind. Usually when anybody approaches me for a donation, I ask them, what do you have in mind, right? So that way we don't get into a situation where we're like this. So all in favor of deferring?
Just as it comes back, I guess, more, just as a final thing, I know that this is probably, we want to investigate having more money and stuff like that, but Mr. Pollard is right, though. It is a standard type of thing. I know we used to give a lot more used to be make it up as you go donations, like I said, several committees ago. So I don't think there's absolutely no wrongdoing by suggesting the amount or anything like that. It's just, we'll go back and see what we can do some more. So that's all.
All right.
Just
All in
on
favor?
that, Your Worship,
Go ahead.
sorry, I mean, for the amount of dollars that are there, this doesn't really have to come back to council for a motion. We can certainly bring it back and say, yes,
And just
it
gotta
was up
check.
to whatever, if we can come to agreement via email or something off for the amount of dollars that are here, it's, it's an approvable limit for some staff members if we decide to go that route. It'd be nice to have it in the public chambers for sure.
Okay. All right. Can we vote now? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The
Opposed? Carried.
last motion is for a donation to the food bank in the amount of $2,000, Northeast Avalon Food Bank. So moved.
Second.
Moved, seconded. Comments? Well, I'll comment then. I think this is a good initiative for the town. I know our neighboring communities have also been donating cash donations to the food bank this year. It's really tough. I know that because every year, well, particularly around the holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, all those, I spend time helping the food bank and getting vegetables and doing food drives. And I know the town does that too, and other members of council. This year is particularly difficult because we can't be going around picking up stuff like that. And I think this is it should go a long ways in helping them get gifts or additional items that they need for the food bank this year. I know that a lot of people in our community and surrounding communities have really stepped up this year to try and help out the food bank. I know they do have in increased numbers. A lot of people are hurting right now, so I mean, this is it's a thing that we can do as a town, as a council, and it's fully supported. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Carried. Thank you.
So ends my report, Your Worship.
All right, Councillor Pollard, thank you very much. Moving on. Economic Development and Tourism. Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Your Worship. The Economic Development Tourism Committee met on Thursday, December 10th at 6:30 by Zoom. Thank you, Mayor, for attending and participating. We had a conversation with the Newfoundland Labrador Irish Connection and members of the Torbay Folk Arts Council, and they were interested in a potential genealogy project for the History House. So it was a great initial discussion, and we're expecting to have further discussions in the new year. And we will keep council informed as the conversation continues and see where it goes from there. If there's any questions, by all means, happy to answer them.
Just wondering if the names of the people that you met with could be included just for future reference, so that down the road, when you go in to look at the minutes, it would probably be good to see who was there from the Irish Connection and the Torbay Folk Arts Council.
Thank you, Councillor Thorngoss. We certainly can do that in the future. Any other comments or questions?
No? Okay, thank you.
No. Okay, thank you.
All right, Infrastructure and Public Works. Councillor Thorngoss.
We had our meeting on December 9th, Councillor Pollard and Director Winter. This is well straightforward, and I'm just going to highlight a couple of things on here. As per the Committee of the Whole minutes, I'm talking about the History House project. There was a few change orders that were approved for the exterior work. The Director and the EDO met with the project management team to discuss the interior designs and interpretive designs package, which is currently at 60%. Some revisions are being completed, at which time the package will be shared with Council. I have stormwater management plan implementation. The final draft of the implementation plan was reviewed at the previous meeting and presented at the last council meeting. I have a motion here, a motion to adopt the stormwater management plan priority list and implementation plan prepared by Progressive Engineering dated October 7, 2020. So moved.
Second.
Mover and seconder, questions?
So this is something, I guess, that's been ongoing for a while, so it gives us some indication of where we need to go and start working. I understand that Skipper's Landing is the area that further work design continue over the winter to commence in the spring of 2021.
All right, thank you. The stormwater management plan, have we adopted that?
The actual plan, I believe so.
Okay, can we check on that? I just, I think personally it's good practice to adopt these plans and reports, or at least acknowledge in the public chamber that we received them, and to make sure that nothing falls off the radar, right? So, because we do invest a lot of time, most of, time and money into these things, and it's nice to put them so we can put them up on our website and people can see them and look at them. I don't have anything else to say about that. Anyone else?
The stormwater management plan is attached. I thought indeed there was supposed to be a motion tonight to adopt the stormwater management plan, but I could be mistaken. Councillor Thorngoss, do you remember our conversations on that?
I thought this was it.
Yeah, the stormwater management plan is the implementation plan.
Right.
Okay.
I think plans are adopted, all those check.
Okay, and if it hasn't, we can do it
Yeah.
after Christmas. All right,
Can
ahead.
I speak to that for a second?
sure.
This is the nuts and bolts of the stormwater management plan. It's just broken out into achievable bite-sized bits that we can do over a period of time with the recommendations of which ones to do first. To make sure that, when we do make the changes, because it was such an expensive plan, we have to have it broken out over years. And this goes piece by piece of which things we were supposed to do to make sure that we don't cause troubles further down the line. So I'm very excited to see this coming through and very appreciative of the work to get this done. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Anyone else? Good, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Carried.
The other thing that I want to mention there is that the director will be reviewing the times of work for the Infrastructure Public Works Department and snow clearing season for the commissionaires. This will be done in conjunction with the town of Torbay and Portugal Cove St. Phillips. Right now, I guess they come on at 8 at night until 4 in the morning. And our workers finish up between, I guess, at 8 o'clock if there's no reason for them to be out later. So this until 4 o'clock in the morning. So we're looking at making some changes there as soon as the discussion takes place with our partner.
Okay, thank you. Is that it?
That's it.
Good job, thank you. Go ahead. Use your microphone, buddy.
The stormwater management plan is on our website, so I would think that it would have been adopted before we put it up there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I knew it was up there, but I wasn't sure if it was, okay. All right, Recreation, Community Services. Councillor Glenn.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Okay, we had a Recreation and Community Services meeting on December 8th. I was there, as was Mayor Scott, and we had a special guest appearance by Councillor Thorngoss and Director Swartz at the end of the committee meeting. The things that we talked about were requests for storage, basically for a community group that wanted some storage at the Common. So we're just going to investigate if and what may or may not be possible for that. Of course, we always want to accommodate people when we can, but not everything's possible. So we'll see. We also talked about potential long-term rental that was being reviewed by staff, and staff is going through to work out some of the details on that. And we also went down through the hours of operation for the Common. So Director shared the calendar and proposed schedule for Christmas. So just a reminder that, of course, we've published a bunch of town events over the holiday season. Pre-registration is required for all, and especially with COVID, we all need to remember that COVID protocols are in place and there's no exceptions, and communications are going to go out regarding all the upcoming events and rules and such. But I guess one of the most important things we talked about, I think, was, and I guess Councillor Thorngoss mentioned this a little bit, was Kennedy's Brook open space. And we're basically in negotiations now to try to figure out how we can potentially get, hopefully, a large quality piece of land in an area, so our residents can enjoy that. And of course, we can promote development, so we get new residents in there, and make happy all residents who are currently there and the ones who are going to move in there. And the fifth item we talked about was the seniors dinner, and of course this is a very special case, Mr. Mayor, this year, as of course you're well aware. Every year the town of Torbay has a seniors dinner, and we always try to, it's part of our culture, part of our things, kind of what we do. Respect our seniors, we love our seniors, and every holiday season we usually get people together and have a little celebration, a little community celebration. Of course, this year it's not possible, and so what we have done is, as opposed to just cancel it, and none of us wanted to cancel it, and but certainly I didn't. So we're trying to adjust like most people or most organizations this year. So we basically got cold plates set up with a local business with the coffee house, and of course tickets went like wildfire. And what we've done now is we've increased the number of tickets, I guess, or I guess meals for our seniors, and we've gone up to 300. And originally we had a smaller limit at that, and that was just purely, it wasn't because of our limits. That was just the pure limitation of how many cold plates a business can accommodate during the holiday season, right? So it was just capped at at the private establishment. Give us as many cold plates you could possibly make, and that's what they gave us. And basically we made some further adjustments, and now we've got cold plates up to 300. And that I think is a really great thing, and I'm really glad that we're able to do something this year, because I would have really hated not to have done anything. And this is a really great, safe way to celebrate. Take a cold plate, go back, have some fun with your bubble, and that's about it. And just a quick thing too, if there's any seniors out there with any mobility issues or anything like that, please contact the town, and we'll figure something out for you. Oh, also,
There was something else you had to-
Mr. Mayor, sorry, I forgot this, and this is not on the agenda because this came over on the hotline of the Recreation Center.
Right.
And I just want to read this out. So we received this. It's heading called "Ring a Bell Outside on Christmas Eve," and it says emergency message to the town of Torbay for Thursday, December 24th, Christmas Eve, 2020. Christmas is just around the corner, and not only has Santa been practicing social distancing all 2020, like everybody else, but he has been named an essential worker. That's big news, essential worker. And though many programs and events have been observed with a 6-foot distance, Santa has officially been given the clear all to carry out his Christmas Eve delivery duties as scheduled. So, all residents of Torbay, please feel free to bundle up and head outside at 6 p.m. on Christmas Eve to give Santa that little extra boost to fly his sleigh high by ringing a bell. If you don't have a bell, no worries. Singing works just as well within your bubble. To keep Santa's sleigh soaring, just step outside and sing your favorite Christmas carol on Christmas Eve. Thank you very much. And the town will be sending out communications regarding this really fun and very important event. So, thank you.
All right. Any questions?
I think it's a
Okay.
really good idea. Look forward to it. A bit of noise on Christmas Eve, I think, has put a whole new spin on things. Something similar to what they were doing when COVID came in on Sunday evenings, getting out and
Yeah.
meeting at pot or whatever in honor of the essential workers.
Yeah.
So this, I think, would be a really good idea.
Get your bells out. All right. Thank you, sir. The liaison committees. Atlantic Mayor's Congress, there's nothing to update. And we'll have to have a discussion about that tomorrow to make sure that we confirmed for May or April, May, when we're supposed to host. I'll touch base tomorrow about that. Intergovernmental affairs, I did get a invite the other day to I guess continue our meetings with legislative review. So that is happening, I think tomorrow, no, Wednesday maybe. So Wednesday afternoon I have that meeting, and I'll find out what more that's about. For those who don't know, our current Municipalities Act, which governs everything that a town or city can do, is currently under review to be revised. It hasn't been updated since, I think, 1990 was the last time that it was done, or it might have been before that. But so that's something I've been working on for the last, oh my God, since almost a year now, I guess, that we're almost past Christmas. So hopefully that'll come forward in the next Parliament to get adopted or to get updated. And there's a lot of issues with the current act that prohibits us or directs us to do things in a certain way that for 2020 might not be the best way to do things or the most appropriate for a municipality. Depending on your size, you can take on more things or some things you don't want to take on. So anyway, that's something that I've been working on. It's a lot of fun when you get to meet with those people and talk about the in-depth issues that are facing municipalities across the province and be able to provide input into how that new legislation is going to look. So I thank President Fitzgerald from M&L who appointed me to that working group. So it's nice that they have confidence in me to do that. So,
Your Worship, were they picking up where they left off, or are they starting the process again, do you know?
it's kind of difficult for me to answer that question because,
sorry.
well, they're I think looking at this in particular is going to deal with conflict of interest and some things around training for counselors. Can't say much because this is cabinet level, right? So you're not allowed to really talk about it. But I'm talking about it, but I'm not really talking about it. But so when I can get an update, I'll give an update up to that point. But to your point, it is not supposed to derail the work that we've already done. Jack Byrne Arena, Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Your Worship. The Jack Byrne Board met on December 3rd at the community room. Mayor Wall joined us via Zoom. We reviewed the meeting minutes of the previous meeting. We had some conversations around the financials and received the manager's update. And I will ask for a copy of the minutes to be circulated to the council when I receive them from the staff. So we should have them for the new year. If there's any questions, we can certainly answer them, myself or Councillor Pollard.
Okay. I don't think I have any. I guess they're just starting to get back on their feet now with some rentals and stuff. So
Things are...
go ahead.
Yes. No, things are going relatively good. Touch wood right now. We have no idea what to expect for the new year, but we're very hopeful that that we'll still continue to be able to operate in a safe way. And things this fall have been much better than we had anticipated. So, Councillor Pollard, if you have any comments.
Not much more than you've already said. I guess it's the thing is it's certainly a much more favorable outlook than had been there earlier on the year, mainly because of the bingo, the parking lot bingo, as I call it, certainly contributed well, and the fact that the minor hockey associations were allowed back in the building. So and it seems to have done well. And obviously, if no further backtracking on the COVID-19 requirements between now and the end of hockey season, we should essentially have a normal year. There's still a lot of work to be done at the arena in terms of trying to pick up the finances and to actually start setting aside something so that there's no reliance on the towns. I think that's the next step. But at least we're outside of this hurdle. It's been really hard to, I guess, operate or try to do anything financially when it's sort of in a don't know what's going to happen tomorrow mode. But it was great that bingo came on just when it did, because it certainly contributed to the overall operation.
Right. Okay. And just because you're talking about Jack Byrne Arena, and I forgot to mention it during recreation, January 3rd is our next community skate. It's coming up, and if anybody on council wants to volunteer to go out and do the COVID screening, Tina's going to send out an email tomorrow. Tina. I've done one. I did the first one, and I think Councillor Glant did the last one. If you're interested in doing it, it's not a lot of work, but it's fun actually to get out there and see the kids and they're out skating. So Tina's going to send out a notification about that tomorrow, and if anybody would like to jump in there and volunteer and do that, by all means. It takes it's a half an hour of your time. No big deal. All right. Thank you, Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Worship.
Northeast Avalon Joint Council.
Our next
Councillor
meeting
Dorngas.
is in January.
Okay. Roll of Flag Constabulary. I'm probably going to, in the new year, I'm going to update this to probably rename it to our Traffic Committee. And I'm going to probably add a couple of people to it. We'll figure it out at that point. I'd like for at least a member of council and a member of staff to go to those committee meetings. And so I'll just figure that out. I'll think about that after Christmas, about how we'll do that. Normally, I think it would be me and CAO, and then probably a alternate member of council and an alternate member of staff. So I'll think about that over the Christmas holidays and get back to it. But I will say this, and I've noticed this over the last 2 weeks, ever since we had that meeting, that we have a way bigger presence right now in the Killie Coast with the RNC doing traffic patrols. And they have been targeting particular areas around the high school, on the bypass road, in Luggy Bay Road, down in Flat Rock, over down by the school in Pooch Cove. People are on notice that this new traffic patrol are out there and they're going to be in their communities, and their whole purpose is to curb speeding, reckless driving, and I even saw the other day they had confiscated an ATV. So this is probably one of the biggest complaints that I receive, certainly, and talking to the mayors from the other towns, it's the biggest complaint they receive, is related to traffic and safety and speeding and everything in our towns. And people have been screaming at us for the last, since I've been here, to do something. Now, we, together with the RNC, who are really doing everything, but we have the opportunity now to have input on those decisions that they're going to be making. So as long as these patrols are going to keep happening, that I hope people respect the speed limits and drive carefully into town, particularly over Christmas. And they have already talked about they're going to be doing even more enhanced patrols. So everybody should be aware of that. You can't avoid them now. Anybody have any comment on that? No? Okay. Torbay Volunteer Fire Department. Councillor Martin.
Thank you. They had their bi-weekly meeting last Monday night. I was participating in our committee of the whole via telephone. I believe they're breaking through for Christmas, but you touched base earlier on their special needs Christmas party and other initiatives. So hopefully they get to rest and relax and recharge over the holidays, and there won't be too many calls. But that's all I have. Thanks.
Okay. Oh, and just as you mentioned that with the special needs party, I just want to thank Mayor Wall and Mayor Thorne, who came up on Saturday, and we did a little picture with the fire department as they were getting ready to go out with their to hand out the gifts. So thank you to them for coming up. UMC, got nothing to report. Next meeting is probably going to be maybe January, February. We'll see. I got to go back to the staff at the M&L and see when we're going to set up that next meeting. And that is that. Notice of motion, we have none. New business, Deputy Mayor.
Hi, thank you. I just want to say thank you. This has been an extraordinary year, and we've faced a lot with Snowmageddon and with COVID and with our regular work that we do. And to the residents, to the staff, to council, to everybody, thank you for everything that you've done. I do believe, Mayor, you still have a big thank you in your front window, just to make sure that that message is not forgotten. I also want to wish everybody a safe and Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday and all the best for the new year. It's hopefully going to be a better 2021. We're all hopeful. We never know, as we're just saying, what will come. But what I do know is we have a strong sense of community here. We do work together when the chips are down. And I think that will certainly carry over into the next year and the year after. So That's about it for me. Thank you, everybody, and have a great Christmas and Happy New Year.
All right, thank you. Councillor Glenn?
Yeah, I just want to, I guess, echo what everyone's going to say, I guess. 2020's been a heck of a year. It's been very challenging. And I just want to say a big thank you to all our residents and to all our staff and to everyone at council. And if I ever had, kind of one Christmas message or holiday message for everybody, is that, everyone is doing their best, right? There's a lot of, everyone's really stressed right now. There's a lot of stuff going around. 2020 has been very difficult on a lot of people, right? And you don't always necessarily see it, of course, right, on the surface. And it's I won't go too much deeper than that. But let's all let's all be really nice to each other in the new year, right? Here in council, me and Mary can go at each other. That's fine. That's allowed. That's allowed, Mary. We can do that. That's okay. I don't mind that. But in all seriousness, right? Just a message to all the all the families out there and all the friends and all that kind of stuff. Christmas is not about presents. I'm not trying to do a Christmas special here or anything, but it's true, right? Let's leave the negativity that you see on Facebook or all that kind of stuff. Throw that stuff in the garbage, right? Holidays is about people. Pick up the phone, give someone a call. You're in your bubble, make sure they come over and see you, right? Let's live the spirit of the holiday season and be kind and make that last all year. And I guarantee you 2021 is going to be a lot better year than 2020. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Pollard?
Thank you, Your Worship. Essentially what Councillor Glenn said, and what everybody else will say as well, special thank you to council for being here all year and doing the work they do and put in. Special thank you to staff. We certainly know that it's never easy on them, and sometimes they look at us and shake their heads and say, what the frig is on the go on that side of things. Sorry, I'm not supposed to say that. What the heck is on the go with that side of things? To the residents, thanks again for your patience and for allowing us to do the work that we do and understand that we always try to have your best thoughts in mind or best results in mind. I wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a safe and Happy New Year. I'd like to reach out to the volunteers of the community who, without their help, especially around this time of year, we would probably never get through, and there are a lot of people who wouldn't make it, I think, at the food banks and other service organizations that operate within the town and certainly across the province, who make this time of year at least bearable for those who would not otherwise, be able to do it on their own. And then there's the unknown folks who reach out and nobody ever realizes they reach out. So a special thank you to them, and they'll know who they are just by the acts that they do. So I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and a safe and enjoyable holiday season and stay safe. And once COVID-19 goes the other side, we'll all be back together in great big groups and be able to share and celebrate. Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you. Councillor Goss?
I'd just like to say thank you to all the staff, volunteers, councillors, and the fire department for involved in the various Christmas activities, such as the Santa Claus parade, the tree lighting, the breakfast with Santa, and then, of course, the gift bags of the fire department to all the special needs residents. We thank Mayor Scott and the fellow councillors for their kind words tonight with regards to my 16 years on council. It's been a pleasure to be a councillor and serve the residents of the town of Torbay. And I've certainly seen a lot of change, I guess, in the way we do business over the past 16 years and how we do things. And I'd like to take the opportunity to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, to all of our residents and those listening on our live broadcast. And Happy New Year to everyone, and all the best in 2021.
Great. Thank you. Councillor Martin?
Thank you. I won't repeat what everyone's saying, but I will say Merry Christmas and joyous New Year to everyone. 2021 hopefully cannot be any worse than 2020, so I would be optimistic instead of pessimistic and hope that everyone moves forward and looks forward to 2021 and this year be just a part of a history book. So other than that, thank you to all and Merry Christmas.
Great. Thank you. Well, I remember on It was January 17th, and CAO called me. Said the plows and everything is off the road, what are we going to do? And we were talking about, we had to declare a state of emergency in the town of Torbay. Looking back on it for 2020, that was the highlight of my year. You know, just think about that, how crazy that is, that it's been such a up and down year, that declaring a state of emergency and having people locked in their houses and not letting them out for 5 days or 4 days or whatever it was really insignificant to what has happened since then. We've been basically on lockdown almost for a year. And, you know, a lot of people right now in our town, in our province, are struggling. They're struggling financially, they're struggling mentally. You know, they're going to be looking for help from their neighbors, from their friends, from strangers. And I guess my message for Christmas is this. You know, reach out to people in your community, your neighbors. You know, just be a little bit understanding of what they may be going through. Think about yourself, what you might be going through. It's been tough on everyone, and it's not going to end very soon. We have a vaccine on the horizon that is going to move us in the right direction. But we still have a long road ahead of us before we get back to normal. 2021 hopefully is going to be better than 2020 in terms of that. But the end is not right around the corner yet. We had to be still mindful of washing our hands, wearing our masks, and doing all those little things to keep each other safe. And, you know, that's the only message really that I would like to pass on to people for Christmas. You know, a big thank you from me and council and our staff here at the town. And, you know, when you go to the grocery store, and I do this sometimes, I pick out the longest line that's there and I stand in and wait, because I get a chance to talk to people and see how they're doing and what's going on, and see is their day going better than what mine is. And, you know, it's been a tough year, but things are going to get better, you know. And Merry Christmas to everybody. Thank you for the support that you've shown for us and our staff and everybody over the course of this year, certainly, and prior years. And we are going to need that support going forward. You know, everybody is trying to do their best, not just on council, not just the staff, but our residents and our business, everybody in our town are trying their best under difficult circumstances. And I guess just be kind to each other. You know, a little nod of the head or a wink of the eye, or, you know, people really appreciate that. It makes them feel good. And I can't wait till we can start to get people back in here, in our chamber, and get back to normal, so they can come in here and hold our feet to the fire, criticize us, praise us, do whatever, but at least they can be here doing it in person. And I really look forward to that, because that is what this is all about. It's all about people. It's the people in the town, it's the people sitting around here, it's the people in the offices, the snowplow drivers, everybody. But, you know, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We'll come back here. I think our meeting is January 14th, I believe. Hang on, let me check my agenda. I don't know why I'm guessing. January 11th will be our next meeting after Christmas. And I invite everybody to join us then online to start basically last year of this council's mandate. And hopefully we're going to make the right decisions for the town going forward for 2021. And everybody is going to be in this together. And Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Thank you very much, everybody. All right. Geez, that was pretty long-winded, but you know what? It felt good to say it.
Say it, man. Say it.
I have a question here from the Q&A. I believe I just got the one. And it comes from one of our regular viewers, sitters, meeting goers, Roberta Hicks. And she says, "Dear Anne, please pass along my thanks to council and staff for all their hard work this past year. I wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope 2021 is a kinder year for us all. Warmest regards, Robbie." Robbie, thank you very much. And I'm sure that that message, not just for us, but for everybody that's watching too. So with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Mover, seconder, all
Second.
in favor? All right.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Never mind.